Welcome back to our Wise Women Forward podcast. Today we have a mother-daughter team who really embody health and wellness, and they straddle this menopausal transition. So let me introduce them to you. So we have Kukuwa Cheroboa. She's a Ghanaian-born wellness pioneer and the creator of Kukuwa Fitness, the world's leading global African-rooted wellness community. For decades, she's been the keeper of ancestral African movement, food wisdom, and community healing. She's a living embodiment of the wise women hypothesis, a postmenopausal woman still leading, still teaching, and still dancing. And with her is her daughter, Coach Cass. She's the co-leader of Kukuwa Fitness and the next generation carrying the tradition forward. Together, they operate a multi-generational wellness brand spanning a YouTube channel, app community, podcast, instructor certification program, and a cultural wellness travel program, Africa with Us, bringing women back to Africa, our source. The Kukuwa Fitness was created to let people travel Africa without a passport through music and movement. Africa with Us was born to bring us the rest of the way in daily cultural immersion, adventure, and community giving through the Africa with Us Foundation. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for
Thank
being with
you.
us.
Thank you. Thank you, Dominique.
So I'm going to jump right into, what I think is a main core for all of us, which is the health and wellness side, your movement and food. So first of all, your movement is so powerful because it's rooted in ancestral movement. And what I love about it is it takes such care of the core and the legs, like our connection to Mother Earth, and really works on strength and bone density.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So to start off, we do dance barefoot. And barefoot is a connection to Mother Earth to begin with. And then we move our pelvis, which we say move your boomsie, because it involves the core of your body. So when we're dancing, most African dances, especially West African dances, it involves the core. So when you put that in, and then now you add your arms and your legs, and then another part is the head. We move the head as well. You have your total body, and it becomes a total body workout, which is grounded. So this is why this Kuku African dance is something that everybody can do. Doesn't matter which walk of life you're coming from. You do not have to be a dancer, but you can still move with us. Mhm.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And Cass, I see that the videos that you do push a little bit more towards strength, but there's other videos that are a little bit more on flexibility and looseness. And then your other sister, or sorry, Kukua, your other daughter, your
Yeah.
sister, Cass, is working on taking each movement and adjusting it for people that are in disease or just really starting and need something simpler. So tell me about the different modalities.
Yes, so we want to be able to touch women across all spans of their health journey and wellness journey. And so, my mom really touches on the longevity and aging and, making sure that people are aging gracefully, through health and wellness. I touch on weight loss and strength training and mobility, making sure that people are gaining their strength. If they want to lose weight, they can lose weight. If they want to gain a healthy weight, they can, but knowing how to do that and knowing the mobile ways in which to do that. Then my sister, she has had an autoimmune disease, so she understands those who have limited mobility or those who, might be affected by things that they can't control, but that doesn't mean that they can't still have a healthy lifestyle and movement. My god sister, she actually helps focus specifically on mothers
Mothers.
that were, went through postpartum or are struggling in their motherhood and how to manage children and prioritizing themselves. And so we really try to be relatable on each spectrum of the scale, whether it's longevity, whether it's weight loss, whether it's mobility, motherhood, all of those different aspects, because that's what keeps us grounded. Those are the things that we have to focus on in order to thrive.
Yes.
Well, you're looking at women primarily, but humans really, because I've seen that you have gentlemen in your videos, etc.
Yes.
Yes.
But you're looking at people as the whole thing and
Mhm.
community as the whole self.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
in this, in your fitness app and work, you also bring in health through natural foods and remedies, correct?
We do because you don't just stay fit by working out, but you stay fit and healthy is the wellness part by eating right. And that's where the eating right comes in, where I believe in, I should say all of us because we've taught it, detoxing your body, keeping it clean, keeping it healthy, keeping it strong. And then, of course, building the muscle, as you, Cassandra just explained, and getting a balance is not the workout alone, but also eating right. And we teach you that. And we have it on our platform, workout platform, as well as the app, teaching you how to do that. And if you come back to Africa, in Africa, everything is grounded from the ground up. It's like the foundation. And food is key. If you want to percentage it, it's food is 80%. And really, workout is the 20%. Because you can work out all you want, but if you're not eating right, your body is not going to accept what you're doing. It's going to actually fail. But if you eat right, you could do anything with the body.
Yeah, that's what people forget about food.
Mhm.
We think so much about fuel because we've been kind of gaslit about thinking calories, and that's a fuel thing. Sure,
Yes.
food is fuel, but it's
Mhm.
also all of the building blocks. So as
Yeah,
you're saying, you can work out, but if you're not giving your body the building blocks to
right.
fix the muscles, to feed your immune system, etc., it's going to
Mhm.
break down, right?
Yes, yes, it's going to break down. Once upon a time, there was a guy who took my class and he would do, I mean, like 4 or 5 a day. And he was like trying to lose weight and he would lose it, but go home and guess what? Eat anything. Junk, I call it. Come back and I like, you're not losing the weight, right? What's going on? He says, well, I go home and I eat ice cream and cookies and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, this is it. You've got to mind what you're eating. If not, you're never going to get the results that you're looking for because then the weight just keeps plateauing. You keep bringing it down, it goes back up again. And then it becomes a yo-yo diet for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cass, you are really an example of that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yes.
And I say let go of weight because I always believe in giving the right verbiage
Yeah.
when it's going away, you don't want to grab it again. So you don't want to say lose because your
No.
brain looks for it, right?
Goodbye.
I dropped it. I let
Exactly.
go of it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always say drop.
Exactly.
I dropped it off.
Yeah. So you let go of weight through these practices.
Yes.
Yes, I've always been very active. I lost 50 pounds, but I used to run in high school pen relays. I was running with that extra weight. But after the meet or after the basketball game or after all the things we used to swim competitively, do all of those
Right.
things. But I would eat, yeah, big bowl of ice cream, big pot of food, I would just not, no portion control,
Yes.
no minding the types of things I was doing. And I was actually going behind my mom's back because she didn't believe in any of that. So this was behind her back. It was kind of like, oh, just pass me the Twinkie and leave me alone. And until I became pre-diabetic, until I became my periods were crazy, until all of these things. And my
Sweet.
mom was like, this is not hereditary. This you put this on yourself. This can be reversed. And I was able to reverse it. Not I no more, pre-diabetes.
And I have a 19-year-old who I brought up on great natural foods and the knowledge of all of that nutritional stuff. And right now she's eating whatever the heck she wants. And I have to look away. So I'm so glad to hear that, Cass, because I know
Yeah.
that at the core, she knows what she needs. So when she's going to hit into that wall of health where something happens, because it's going to happen. When you eat junk, you become junk, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's inevitable.
Mhm.
It will come to a head.
Exactly. She's going to have something to fall back on. And so you used natural foods, natural herbals and practices, and the Kukuwa Fitness with strength to kind of turn around your health. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I did. So even fibroids, like I had fibroids. I never had fibroids and they grew because of my crazy habits.
Sweet tooth.
Yeah, that's my big thing, sweets. And sugar is literally like adjacent to cocaine. It's
Yes.
addictive and it's not good. So that was one of the biggest things that I cut, the sugar, the processed sugar, and then allowing my body to fast, allowing my body to eat whole foods, and my mom taught us big and she teaches everybody. Even my grandmother lived to my great grandmother, 120 years
120.
old. She only ate whole foods and she only, even to tell the time, like she wouldn't look at a watch, she would just look at the sky and be like, oh, it's midday,
Hmm.
it'll be like 12:30. And she's like, yeah,
Oh, it's going to rain. It
yeah.
rains.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so when people are function based on what they drink and eat, and I saw that, and then I saw immediate results of me, my skin. I used to have eczema.
Oh,
I
yes.
used to have bumps all over my face. Like all of these were a result of the junk going in and the junk coming out.
Right.
And so as soon as I removed the junk that was in, the face cleared up, the skin cleared up, everything started clearing up. The fibroids went down, the period pains went down, like so many things. And this was a direct example of me actually listening to my mom and not going behind her back, saying like, you know what sucks more? Because it sucks that maybe I don't have ice cream every day, but it also sucks to have diabetes. So that was the question that I was asking myself, what
Yeah.
sucks?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think for the younger generation, especially the Gen Zs and those type of people, it's like that what sucks more question resonates with them more because they're like, well,
Yes.
it sucks. I don't want to have to pay attention to what I'm putting in. I want to eat what I want. But then it also sucks to not have the ideal energy you want or the ideal body you want or not to be able to fit into your clothes or not. So many other things suck more than just
Yeah.
paying attention and eating whole foods.
Right.
Or a
Right.
healthier version, I also looked at what I loved. Let's say I love ice cream. Well, I can have like a healthier version of it and just do frozen grapes or frozen fruit. Or maybe, if I love hamburger, I love certain things that I love, I could just look and see what's the healthier alternative
Alternative.
ingredients wise or otherwise, so that I don't feel like I'm taking away, but just replacing with a better version.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Piggyback on the food. When you eat right, it really actually builds you as you go along. When I was 40, it's when I was in my menopause time. And unlike everybody who was getting hot flashes all over the place, and every now and then it wasn't as bad. I realized, remembering my great grandmother who was 120, detox your body more often. I started detoxing my body more often, cleaning out the toxins, the skunk in my body. And I realized I wasn't getting as many hot flashes as people do at that time. And I was also juicing a lot, knowing what to juice. and it would really take that away. So from there all the way into today, menopause, I did not struggle like others. But then, of course, I took some natural stuff as well, like cohosh and black
Moringa,
cohosh,
ashwagandha.
moringa, soursop, ashwagandha, sea moss, those kind of things. But I saw the difference when my friends, my colleagues actually were saying, "Oh man, I'm hot," and I'm and I'm like, "You've got to detox your body, number one, and then start putting the right things in so you can lessen this." Yeah, so that I wanted
I,
to piggyback on that food.
I
Mhm.
love that. I love that because I've written an article about this and I'll keep saying it that to me, symptoms of perimenopause and menopause are um, signals for us and teachers for us of what
Yeah,
to do. And that's
yeah.
exactly what you did. And I found it too that it was an emotional detox I needed. A
Mhm,
hot flash
mhm.
would come when I was holding back an emotion or holding back words
Yes,
that I really should just express.
yes,
And
yeah.
and you're talking on the physical level, which I love.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. So
Yes.
now I'd love to talk to you guys about the Africa with Us program because as we spoke of, the science that we show in our movie shows that women's leadership it is what helped our ancestors before we were even homo sapiens grow our brain and become the homo sapiens that we are. And when we're talking about that ancient evolutionary history, let's remember that we're talking about our ancestors, the start of us in Africa. So that's
Yeah.
really where that's all of our homeland. So,
Yep.
what do you do with Africa with us?
Okay.
Yep. So we make sure that we bring people on cultural immersion trips. And when we say cultural immersion, that they really come to immerse in the culture and not just be, yes, you're a tourist by default because you're coming to another land that you're a foreigner. However, we want you to feel it like a local.
Yes.
We are locals in Ghana, but not just in Ghana and all across Africa. The reason why we call it Africa with us is because it's not just physically with us, it's us is metaphoric for all of our family in every country that we go to. So every interaction, everything that you have when you come with us, you are part of us, you
Mhm.
become part of us, and you're part of our family, and you're in the hands of family and hanging out with family. And so, from the food experiences, from the
Oh,
fitness and wellness experiences, from the arts and crafts and adventure experiences, from giving back as well. We have Africa With Us Foundation. That's how that started because people that were coming to Africa with us wanted to give back. So we really believe
yes.
in children and that education is the key number one thing to end the cycle of poverty. So
Mhm.
we are all about things that help with education. So education school-wise, wellness-wise, community-wise, emotionally, mental health-wise, we believe in education. So everybody who comes gets a chance to give back to the children
Mhm.
orphanages that we work with, the wellness centers that we work with,
Communities.
community
Mhm.
centers that we work with. And so it's a really a full experience from the
Yes.
culture to the community service to the wellness. We start each day with some type of workout, whether it's dance or yoga or Pilates or kickboxing or something, depending on the group and depending on their preference. We start each day with that type of workout and
Mhm.
then we continue the day. And it's local, you also get to work out with the local community as well. So you're not just working out amongst us, you can also work out with the local people as well. And then, learning the different foods of that culture, how we make them, certain ingredients that lead to
Mhm.
longevity, certain things that you could still get while you're in US or UK or wherever you're coming from. And then certain remedies and long historical things, especially from the older women that carry on, that our grandmothers taught us that
Mhm.
can carry on.
Mhm.
So when people, the things that you hear back from people was like, wow, I never knew this, or wow, I've never been touched in such a way
Mhm.
that felt like I was with my grandmother, or felt like I was with my auntie, or felt like I was with my children, even though they're not my children.
Right.
And so that's the experience we want people to have. They leave tasting the culture, feeling the culture, experiencing it, not just from a we went to these tourist sites perspective,
No.
but from a we actually immersed, we met the people, we gave back, we had a cultural exchange, and we're always welcome back because now this is home for us too.
Our travelers say, I went to Africa and I felt like a local from wherever we went to. So whichever country they went to, they always say, wow, I feel like I'm from here. Like, because of Cassandra had just explained how the experience we give you when you come with us makes you feel like one of the locals rather than a tourist that went to
Yeah.
experience it the other way around. Yes.
And aside from you being a wise woman in terms of the herbal and the therapeutics, do you also work with other such women like yourself to learn about the different herbs and medicines that come from the earth?
Yes, I do. I have a holistic series online on our social media, and I'm teaching each time I come there. I'm either bringing a fruit, a vegetable, or something to show them, what benefits they get from it, and so on and so forth. So, yes, I'm teaching people, okay? And I'm also helping people heal because it might be somebody who has some ailment or inflammation or whatever, menopause, whatever. But they learn from what I'm teaching them. And then again, those who want to pick up from there. But when they come on tours with us, they get to learn a whole lot more about the herbs and stuff like that.
And to answer your question, she does work with other people.
I team up with the people in the local in the countries, so the locals literally,
Kedar.
yes, and that way, I can when I'm teaching the people, they know where to get the herbs or what to do with the herbs and so on and so forth. So I definitely do bridge with the people in the I call it the villages, the towns, so that people can learn directly from here.
Yeah. It's like a
It's the com
wellness network.
Exactly. It's the community of health,
Yes, it's
right?
the
We
community.
do we do so much better in a tribal structure.
Mhm.
And in a tribal structure where the base of the community, what is good for the community's future, is what is looked at first.
Right, right. Yes,
So
yeah.
in the film Wise Woman, we bring forward the science that hasn't been put together because the scientists haven't been talking to each other, but the science that menopause is an evolutionary adaptation. So we've had wise women, postmenopausal women, for millions of years bringing us forward. And most women who watch the movie are not surprised by that. They're surprised by the information because it's not currently been talked about, but they're not surprised by that. They already feel it inside. It's like they
Yeah.
know that they're important post menopause. And
Yes,
it feels like, Kukua, you are living it and you are teaching it and bringing forward the next generation in
yes,
that importance and reverence to
yes.
aging.
It's very true. I was privileged to have grown up with my great grandmother, which is her great great grandmother, 120 in Ghana, West Africa, and then my grandmother, and then my mother, and they taught us everything that I'm teaching today. So not only did I pass it down to my children, but now I've made it so that people can get it on our social media. I wrote 4 books and African Health Secrets and Kuwa Vizuri and things like that to teach people about it. Okay. And so we've got to pass it on. They passed it down to us. And we have got to pass it on because really and truly, they didn't have books. The education wasn't the same where they could write books today and share, but we can do that, and again, live teach people what is done. So I'm somebody who very quickly will not run for a pill. No, no, I'm not a pill girl at all. When somebody or something's wrong with me, she'll tell you. They children see me go to the kitchen. I find it in my kitchen. I boil it. I'm drinking it. I'm grinding it. I'm, pounding it.
Yeah.
Somehow it's all there, and you can get well naturally rather than pop a pill. I'm going to share a quick one with you. My great great grandmother said, when you have a headache, boil water on the stove, don't put it in a microwave. The microwave is going to harm this water. You want to put it on the stove. Once it's boiled, start sipping it. Start sipping it. And as you're sipping it, it's then, of course, getting warmer and to the cold. By the time you finish drinking the cup, your headache is gone. You can give it a try. It always works.
Wow. Wow. The beauty and simpleness of that.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and I understand that because I used to get migraines.
Mm,
It came on, during puberty, so hormonally I would get them. But if I listened to myself and I could feel when it was coming down, if I laid down and
mm,
caused myself to go to sleep, just even
yes,
if I slept for 20 minutes,
yes,
then it would not come on if I
yes,
listened. If I did
yes.
not pay attention to myself and I let it bloom fully, then I had a migraine and I had to deal with that.
Yes,
I would have
yes.
loved to know the hot water
The hot
drinking
water.
because that could have
Add
helped too. But
add
yes,
the hot water to it.
it's listening to your body.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is. 100%. It is
exactly.
listening to your body. And if only we would, as you said, and again, quiet. One thing my great grand always said, you're always running, today's generation, running, running, running. We don't slow down or calm down for
Yeah.
a minute. Sit down quietly. You don't really have to do anything. Lay down, just quietly, no music, nothing, just the peace. Just lay down. And all that is healing in itself, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, what I love about what you guys do is that, first of all, it is global all
Mhm.
the time because you have
Yes,
an app, you have everything on a website. So, people can follow videos there or they have the app. But you
yes,
also travel
Yep.
so
yes,
that you're visiting the people that you've trained, but you're also available to do in-person stuff, right? So you travel
yeah,
quite often.
yes,
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
So,
So we'll
okay.
both answer it. We do. We come to you. We go to other countries. We'll come to you. We will bring you the live but experience of Africa to your country. So we're going to come there. We're going to bring the music. We're going to actually, if possible, even bring vendors if they are. Depends on where we're going, and to just uh, give you samples of the African food.
It will be an experience. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, there's different types of things. It could be that type of experience where it's food, dancing, music, or it could be a workshop where we're coming to just teach about wellness and something specific within that.
Mhm.
So it could be a corporate wellness conference or a
Mhm.
conference that we're doing a breakout session for people to get a little bit of different vibe and a
Right.
feel. We do all types of different in-person pop-ups.
Yes.
And then, of course, when we bring you to Africa on the immersive trips, that's the other one. But when we come in person, it's usually on an intimate scale where somebody has invited us to their program, or on a larger festival or conference scale where we're doing something that's an immersive experience for the guests.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's really wonderful. Since this is the Wise Women Forward podcast, we always ask, what do you guys think means? What does it mean for you, Wise Women Forward? What would you imagine? What would you like for the world to be with
Yes.
Wise Women Forward?
For me, it brings out education.
Mm,
I think that wise women forward is women that are teaching the world something they did not know. educating the world, all stages of life, what they need to hear. And I think it's because honestly, humanity started with women. We're the ones who carry the children. We're the ones who birth the children. And when you know it, you have your mom, you have your dad, but when your mom says something, it's literally so grounded. You're like, oh my gosh, I better listen to this, you know? But yeah, I would say education, educating the world about something they didn't know. You know, could be any subject like the perimenopause, menopause. A lot of people don't know about what to do, what not to do. And Wise Women Forward, we can teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that it's more legacy forward and thriving beyond yourself. So you are making sure that others thrive
Mhm,
outside of if you're the foundation. It's like a mother wants to see her child thrive.
mhm.
And so since the mothers are the foundations of humanity, they are pushing legacy, longevity, and thriving forward outside of themselves. And so it continues on for generations to come. That's what when I hear the word forward and then wise women combined, it's legacy forward, longevity forward, and foundation forward, thriving outside of themselves.
I love that. It is such a perfect, like, uh, bow on everything that you guys do. So thank you so much for being with us today. Listeners, I'm going to have links below to all of the different places that you can go to find Kukuwa Fitness, to read more about them. There's also going to be a video link to Kukua's other daughter and the autoimmune that she went through, which is lupus, and how she's kept it under control with natural foods and great movement, etc. And of course, we're going to have the link for you to rent the film if you haven't seen it. So thank you very much, ladies. And oh, also, please, listeners, if you want to do an Africa with us, if this is something that interests you, please leave me a comment and let's talk about it, because I would love to do a Wise Women Forward in Africa with
Yay!
these two amazing ladies. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for having us. I
Thank
mean,
you.
this few minutes here with you have been really what I think they need to hear. I think they're going to play this over and over again because you've
Yes.
said certain things they need to hear. Thank you, Dominique, for having us.
Fantastic. Thank you. Bye, ladies.
Bye
Bye.
bye.